See, son, it goes like this.
Get over here!
Now you try.
Get over here!
I am so proud. What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Mortal Kombat Deception Scorpion action figure. This guy came out around, I want to say like 2006 with the Jazwares line. Probably one of the first Scorpions that we've seen them actually come out with. And I'm really impressed with the sculpt on this. It looks pretty good. Comes with the sword here, and yeah, it looks pretty sweet. You got the classic Mortal Kombat dragon up at the top. On the back here, you get to see some of the other figures that came out within the series. You had Raiden, Baraka, a Sub-Zero, and then of course Scorpion. This was probably like the first series within the Deception line. Looks very good though. I wish they would have included a description about Scorpion to get, you know, some insight behind the actual action figure for you guys that like to collect stuff in the box. But I guess it's not a big deal, so we're going to go ahead and open this up and review it. Alright, I got this guy opened up and out of the package, and I do have a few gripes here and there with him, but, you know, luckily none of the joints were loose, nothing broke, so I'm pretty happy about that. And overall, I do think this is a pretty good figure. There's just a few complaints that I have. Now, he comes with this sword here, which I actually really do. I like the sculpt on that. It's got some nice rope detailing there for the handle, and then you got the gold plating there for the bottom of the sword going up. You know, it's not like you know, amazing, you know, Hot Toys quality sculpting, but it is pretty nice for what you get. Now, we can hold on to a sword, which is always nice. It is a bit wobbly in his hands, but it's not going to fall out of his hands, so that's pretty nice. You know, it's not like the most snug fit, but it will do the job for what you're trying to do for display purposes. Now, you can actually display the sword on the back of the figure like that because he actually has a strap that kind of pulls apart a little bit. You could actually attach the sword to his back like that, or you could do it on the other side if that's what you wish. But, you know, I wish he did have some sort of way to hold on to it instead of just strapping the sword through his back like that. You know, it's pretty unrealistic in that respect. You know, when it comes down to detail, I think that this figure is, you know, it's alright. It's not my favorite Scorpion that I have in my collection, but, you know, Deception wasn't my favorite Mortal Kombat game, mostly because it was kind of different from all the other games. It was really hard to play, in my opinion. Definitely something I wasn't used to as a Mortal Kombat fan. And, you know, like, the characters really drastically changed from how they normally looked in the game. This is probably the most we've seen them actually change, you know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero and all the main characters around with all the new effects that they could do with the Xbox. But as far as Scorpion goes here, I do like his suit. I think that looks really good. It's more of a gold than a yellow that we would see a Scorpion with. He definitely got all blinged out with the gold. More of a gold type paint than just a yellow type paint like the classic Scorpion has. Got some armbands there. The only thing I don't like is this part of the suit right here. It actually attaches to his body, so it really does limit the articulation a little bit to where you can't really get him to lift up. And if you do, it just looks a little bit awkward. Now, down to his pants, I think they could have touched up the bottom of his legs a little bit better with paint. It looks kind of sloppily done, kind of like they just were in a hurry maybe and got these out of the way. But I think you could have touched it up a little bit better with the orange and yellow type of paint that they have around here to really just bring it out. It looks really dull and worn and not really too great. I do like his gauntlets though. I think that looks really good. You got the spikes there on one, and on the other side it's just a normal gauntlet. And then here's a look at the back side of the figure. Pretty plain Jane, nothing real exciting to really talk about here with this. Now, as far as articulation goes, there is really no, I mean, he looks side to side, but not really up and down. You know, his head is just on a standard ball, just like this, and it comes off really easily. I mean, all you have to do is just lift it up and it comes off. It will snap back down, but it does come off very easily, just twisting it around, and it'll pretty much just fall right off, so that's kind of a bummer. You can do kind of a 360 at the upper arm if you remove this part of the armor. Fortunately, that limits that, so that's pretty much really the only arm motion you can get out of it. You got a 360 that you could do at the upper bicep right there. You got a hinge right here at the elbow, and then a nice rotation at the wrist. There really isn't any waist articulation. The suit definitely limits all of the articulation at the waist because this is one piece going over the entire figure. If you took this suit off, you would have a lot of articulation at the waist, but with this on, you get pretty much nothing. Now, you can kick the legs out pretty far, but as far as kicking them back, you can't really do that. His butt molding here definitely limits the amount of range that you can get him to kick back, but he can kick out pretty far, which is really nice. Got a nice hinge at the knee, And you know what's really weird is he actually has no articulation past his knee, no kind of ankle pivot or rocket or rotation or anything down below the knee, which is really a huge bummer because he's got these big flat feet, and if you wanted to get him to stand straight up, it's really, really awkward, and it's hard to get this guy, you know, you pretty much have to get him in this kind of running type motion in order to get him to stand up because of his feet. And, you know, it's kind of a bummer. It'd be nice to be able to just stand this guy straight up. He does have a couple peg holes at the bottom of his feet, so if you guys have any of the other Mortal Kombat figures that came with bases, that would probably help him stand a lot better. Like the Mortal Kombat, I believe it was a Shaolin Monks line, pretty much every figure came with a base. And with those figures, you don't even need a base to display them with, so you might as well just take the base from those, give it to this guy right here, because he definitely needs it to help stand up. Overall, though, this is a pretty good figure. I mean, it's okay. It's probably my least favorite figure that I've seen out of the Mortal Kombat line, at least as far as Jazwares goes. Definitely, probably my least favorite. I mean, I like the classic Scorpion that they came out with. I really liked the Shaolin Monks line Scorpions and the newer Scorpions from MK9 that they made. I thought those were great, the anniversary stuff. I've yet to review any of the Deception figures. This is my first kind of whack at it, and definitely not really impressed right away, right out of the box, but it was their first line with the Mortal Kombat action figures, so I guess there was lots of room to improve, which they did do as the series progressed, which is nice. Would have also been nice if you got a little spear or something, because, you know, that's Scorpion's kind of signature thing. He's got the spear that comes out of his hands. They gave him a peg hole in his hand, like he was going to come with an actual spear accessory, but he didn't come with anything. I don't know if there was some last-minute, you know, issues with making the figure and they had to drop it, but that is kind of a bummer. You know, that's pretty much Scorpion's main thing, and they didn't include that with him, so that's, you know, definitely another knock against the figure I would give it. Overall, though, it's an alright figure, but I would definitely recommend not paying the ridiculous prices that he goes for on eBay or any of the other secondary markets. If you happen to see him, you know, while you're strolling along and you see a discount clearance section with him in it, definitely pick him up because he's pretty cool, and if you can get past some of the minor flaws that he has. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check out my channel. I got a ton of Mortal Kombat reviews on there. I also collect other lines as well. I also do animations in all of my reviews, so make sure you subscribe because I come out with new videos every week. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Thank you all for watching.